you will be able to do some pretty cute things early on, act as a ghetto blink dagger for that Brewmaster toss.
TNC's turn to...
As a burster, Tiny still has that in spades. Lack of craggy exterior isn't really that terribly huge of a deal. Fnatic, though, would rather have kind of physical right-click to try to deal with the Tiny, because he has no craggy exterior, he has 0 armor, 0 agility. So that's how you kind of want to deal with the Tiny, just beat him down,
5 seconds
get
remaining.
a pickaxe, and just go to town on his face. But if you are going to do that as your main plan, you will have to face up against the haze from the Brewmaster. So that mischance is going to be very, very annoying. For right now, though, the Fnatic side aren't really going to be paying this Tiny pick that much respect, at least as far as overcompensating response is concerned. They'll get the Earthshaker, they'll get the Bane. Highlight played a really nice Bane in the early stages, landed the grip when they needed to.
Turn to ban.
Hey, you know what? Just out-tank the Tiny with the Bane. There's a non-zero chance that actually does happen. Invulnerability frames with the Nightmare. Really nice if you're going to be on the receiving end of an avalanche toss, or if your team is going to be on the receiving end of an avalanche toss, your invulnerability frames can completely nullify Tiny's combo. And at that point, if Tiny messes up his combo, he just doesn't have anything. He will not be able to get those kills.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Want to see more of those plays here from Highlight's Bane. Wondering where this Earthshaker is actually going to be. Against Brewmaster and or Tiny, the Earthshaker is going to have a matchup where he can survive, but not one where he's going to be feeling super comfortable. It's also likely that we see Fnatic run a 4-position shaker with that Pylai Bane.
5 seconds remaining.
You do have yourself some options.
TNC's
Again, it was
turn
played
to
by
pick.
TNC. It was rather lackluster in the last game. TNC already picking up this new hero. How deep are they going to go with this? Are they just going to say, okay, we got Tiny, great, and then just proceed with normal? I sure hope they
10
don't.
seconds
because
remaining.
Tiny is a hero that I have not seen picked. I have not seen banned a single time.
5
There's no
seconds
situation where you ban
remaining.
Tiny, I think, ever, unless he suddenly becomes this monstrous hero. So picking up first, to me, indicates that they have some sort of plan here.
Fnatic's
I don't know what that
turn
could be
to
outside of
pick.
tossing a Brewmaster in. Top is going to be the pick for the TNC side. I mean, yeah, you're going to need a good amount of damage and control to deal with these heroes, but Shaker and Bane should have enough. As much as I really want to see this Tiny do well, because there's nothing cooler than seeing new heroes
10
do
seconds
well,
remaining.
like we saw at Tusk last game, but it doesn't seem like he's in a good spot. Last
5
pick,
seconds remaining.
Tiny, I can get behind a little bit more, because that's a surprise. That throws a wrench to Fnatic's plan. Get to scope out the field a little bit more. Pick up your supports in the first phase. Currently, TNC are just lacking those heroes. Fnatic already have theirs. Up and then some. Queen of Pain most likely going to be going towards the mid lane. Brewmaster off. Is there anything cute you can do with like a CM Tiny? Try to get some extra mana, or like a Coddle Tiny or something like that. Just try to enable this hero as just like a pure caster. Try to greed out in those lanes a bit.
TNC's turn
Mana
to
costs are still rather prohibitive. Fnatic, seeing the mid lane matchup, will waste no time getting one of their own. It's very odd of TNC to pick up a Queen of Pain this early. We've seen a couple of Queen of Pains go towards the off lane. For the most part, it's going to be mid though. But the Invoker pick
10
is
seconds
something that Fnatic are
remaining.
more than happy to get for Abed. TNC do have the last pick, as you can see right
5
here.
seconds
so
remaining.
picking up the mid lane right now is really, really awkward. 1437 has been around the block. He's a smart guy. So he's got to have some sort of plan here, right? Because it doesn't seem like this is really going to be coming together. At least I don't see what the point of this Tiny is just yet. Yeah, I don't think the Tiny is strong enough in this patch.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Disruptor!
Disruptor is the pick. Displacement for sure. TNC are going to have a lot of it. Static Storm against the Invoker. Catch is certainly very nice here for TNC. Initiation range for them is absolutely huge with Toss, the eventual Blink Daggers, and of course that Glimpse. I do think
10
Disruptor is a pretty
remaining.
solid hero, but he does lack a little bit in the fact that his roam
5
is
seconds
pretty much
remaining.
non-existent in the early game. Even his laning phase is always a little bit of a coin flip. Compare him to a Bane, and there's just no contest there. It is definitely one of a
TNC's turn to
Fnatic are going to go ahead and grab the Life Stealer. I said earlier, you want to kill off a Tiny, you get physical damage. And Lifestealer was, even before the change to the Tiny, a really good hero to have in that matchup because Feast does so much damage to a hero like Tiny, who has, at this point, 0 armor, but quite a bit of HP,
remaining.
so Feast is just going to destroy him.
5
Lifestealer
seconds
currently
remaining.
doesn't have any easy way of getting in. Currently Fnatic, I mean, I have blinked out your Earthshaker eventually, but Lifestealer with that rage, really immune to the Tiny unless the Tiny gets a fast blink dagger. The Brewmaster Haze, not a big deal for Lifestealer
turn
because of that
to
rage.
ban.
Just rage it off and be okay. They enable this Lifestealer a little bit more with a little bit of an access route in from their off lane. Someone like a Clockwork, perhaps? A Bat Rider is still in. Those heroes typically do have a little bit of an issue going
10
against
seconds remaining.
that
Turn to
displacement.
pick.
It's really annoying for those really heavy initiation type heroes. Still not too late to switch up where this Earthshaker is going to go. Seems like 1437 thinks that the Shaker is going to be played as a support.
10
Along with that Bane,
remaining.
that's a good amount of control. It's a lot of setup. Hell, just Nightmare into a Sunstrike.
5
That's good
seconds
enough, right?
remaining.
You can do that. It works out pretty well. They did it last game. Doesn't seem like Fnatic are really lacking all that much except for that initiation. TNC, in the meantime, their initiation is eventually going to come up. Their team fighting is pretty
TNC's
substantial.
turn
They
to
are run the risk of getting
Siren.
run over in the lanes. That's a Naga Siren for Fnatic. That is very interesting. Naga Siren is definitely not an initiation type hero. But you know what she does do? She works really well against the Brewmaster, up against the ultimate from the Disruptor, as long as she's not caught
10 seconds
and
remaining.
killed off immediately. Being able to sing in immediate response to the Brewmaster is
5
such a high
seconds
value
remaining.
play. The Earth Brewling will still be wandering around doing things, but he doesn't really do that much damage if he's by himself. So you can just cleanly disengage and essentially trade your Naga Siren ultimate, which is expendable, for a Brewmaster ultimate, which is of the utmost importance for TNC. That should work out pretty well for the Fnatic squad. Even more minus armor with that Riptide, although I don't think that's going to be a huge component for this game. It's going to be a support Naga Siren, support Bane, Earthshaker in the off lane. There's definitely a chance Fnatic give these heroes a little bit of a shuffle here. Late game on Fnatic, though, is overpowered. Even if the Naga Siren is being played as support, we have seen games in the past where Naga Siren is able to just scrape together a Radiance, and all of a sudden, that support Naga Siren is a core Naga Siren. Can't do much about that. TNC, they're going to have to really apply the pressure here. Their building clearing is okay with this Tiny. Maybe showing something crazy.
You may now select your heroes.
That is the exact opposite of crazy. I still think Razor's like the most dumpster tier hero in the game. I've been a little bit more impressed recently, but in general, I don't like it. But outside of my personal preference, it is going to be, yeah, a Tim's Tiny. So it's a 4-position Tiny. And that's what I was talking about when I was talking about the Coddle and the CM, like some sort of enabler for this Tiny to combo up, because he can do a lot of damage, but he takes a lot of damage as well. And it requires him to have a lot of mana. Right now, no one's going to be giving him mana, like, not going to happen with these heroes, so maybe he's just going to run away with this game. There's certainly an opportunity for that, but hold on. Yo, that's Abed playing a Naga Siren, EE on the Lifestealer. Okay. I was like, really? Really? That's going to be happening? You're going to... Okay, no, we're not going to have a support Invoker, guys. That would have been kind of weird. That would have been pretty bad, actually. The support Invoker is pretty big, a bigger trash can than the Razor, that's for sure. But this is looking a little more normal. Support Naga Siren, support Bane, pretty standard stuff there as TNC. We'll have that Tiny as the X factor. Honestly, I don't know how good this is going to be. First time for me seeing Tiny, at least from this casting chair, and more position, no less. Rest assured, Tim, I will be looking at you. He's immediately going to go ahead and grab
for
the tree.
battle.
Interesting. He's definitely up to something. Gonna grab it. And look, it's so adorable holding that molten tree around. But Cuckoo's gonna be playing the Queen of Pain. I would say, in general, Cuckoo is a little bit better at the Queen of Pain than he is at the Storm Spirit. So, should be an easier time for him. At least I hope so, for TNC's sake. Raven is on the Razor. Ooh, I don't really like this hero, but hey, up against a lifestealer as the only real relevant right clicker, can't say no. Sam H playing that Brewmaster. Tim's is packing that big old branch as the Tiny, and 1437 is on the Disruptor on the other end. Highlight Die is playing the Bane. Ohio is on the Shaker now. Eternal Envy playing that lifestealer. Abed once again handling the Invoker, and got DJ, a very
30
blue Naga
seconds to
Siren.
battle.
It's been rotating down. Tim's, his tree has been used already. Feels bad, man. It's only 20 mana to get a new one. Gotta get a good one. Man, that one's an okay one. Where you going, Tim? You gonna just chuck it? Yeah. Got him. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The battle begins.
That would have hit the Bane for 70 damage.
Worthy tribute.
There will still be a 2-2 bounty rune split. It looks like they're going to give both bounty runes to Abed, actually, and both bounty runes to Cuckoo, so just dumping that gold into these mid laners. TP coming in from the Invoker, and DJ's blocking for him, so it's all good here for Abed. Again, this matchup up against this Queen of Pain is going to be a lot more difficult. Tim's got him. That did quite a bit of damage, and that's pretty spammable, but the cooldown is so high. Like, you can cast it whenever you want, mana cost-wise, but that's only because you only cast it so often that it takes so long to get it back that your mana will just naturally regenerate. Is this the play? Is this like how support Tiny is nowadays? Got him. Oh, he's pulling the aggro. He's gonna loop around and he'll be fine. I just can't stop watching this Tiny, but I will for a couple seconds to look over these other lanes. Sam 8 will be going up against both Eternal Envy and Pylai Die. Not a super fun lane for the Brewmaster. High health hero means that Feast just laying into the Brewmaster just a handful of times does a lot of damage. Of course, that Haze eventually will be picked up, I'm sure, up against Life Scale up for his top lane. Ohio has to face up against Raven. He just got done playing a Tusk up against the Raven, who has a lot more game as far as defensive power versus that Razor. Shaker, though, in this safe lane, should be in for a pretty decent time. Don't worry about that static link. For sure, he's not going to be completely safe in that top lane, but for the most part, should be able to get pretty free experience, pretty free gold. And now we can stare at Tim's all day long. He's gonna beat down Paladai once, throw it, got him. I don't really see the point. I mean, if it did like double damage, like double your right click damage with a tree grab, like that would be kind of sick, but it just doesn't do enough. Like, he's spamming the hell out of it, and it's so far been like absolutely an irrelevant amount of damage. I feel like 4-position Tiny is something that might be experimented with at some point, but you definitely need the Avalanche Toss combo. Cuckoo's gonna take an absolute beating over in mid, just a simple cold slapping the right clicks with DJ showing up. DJ's gonna show up the back of Mirror Image. No ensnare up against Queen of Pain. Very curious. Riptide obviously is pretty much normal, but Mirror Image doesn't really do all that much except for Scout, maybe mess with some bounty runes. Very low impact skill until much later in the game. Oh, you use it to cancel clarities. I get it now. Still don't get it. Evil's gonna go on to the Brewmaster. Bane, that is very, very costly as far as the mana is concerned to keep that perpetually on the enemy. Brew, if he is going to get Drunken Brawler, will still have those occasional guaranteed crits, so it's not going to be impossible for the Brewmaster to actually just crit down a couple of creeps from time to time. I guess this Mirror Image does Shadow Strike, but there's no Shadow Strike. Maybe you could dodge a tree toss, tree throw. You have a toss and a tree throw. You don't toss the tree. Well, Tim's so far done absolutely nothing. This is really disappointing, guys. I'm kind of bummed out that this is happening. I was really hoping that Tim's would have like this huge plan and I'd be like, wow, that synergy. I didn't expect that from Tiny and someone else to be able to pull that off. But so far, he's just been wandering around as like a really just useless hero. Meantime, Sam H, he's not having a great time on this bottom lane. Look at this CS discrepancy. Cuckoo is absolutely getting dumpstered by Abed. DJ's just zoning him out as the Naga Siren, and Tim's can't really do the same as this Tiny. Takes way too much damage from the right clicks, not to mention the Riptide minus armor. CS is being led by the Razor, pretty much as you would expect. Raven's having the time to select towards top lane. Might eventually be able to set up on a dive on Ohio, but everyone else on the Fnatic side, they are CSing to their heart's content. I mean, it kind of helps the fact that there is no 4-position hero on the TNC side, at least not yet. 1437 also just naturally playing a low-impact early-game hero like Disruptor. Can't really contribute, so once Fnatic get this lead, it's really hard for them to lose it. The Razor's going to have to be the one to do it. And maybe he can get a solo kill on the Earthshaker. So far, the Shaker's been playing pretty safe. I said earlier, just throughout the vision when it looked like he may have been going for the static lane. It wasn't even cast yet, just throwing it out preemptively. 437 DJ, Duel of the Century, now up. The Naga Siren is really quick. Not that fast, I guess. Wow, what a battle. Alright, now that Tiny has Avalanche, maybe he can do something here. But he doesn't have Toss. Like, Toss I think would be much more useful than Avalanche, because Avalanche doesn't actually do that much damage. It has a 1-second stun. Trick into Abed. He is caught. We'll have the Avalanche. We'll have another scream. That's not quite going to kill him off with 11 stick charges. Abed should be fine. Is also now deniable if it is necessary. Shouldn't be necessary. Stick charges, raindrop preventing the dive, and a salve. Siege creep denied from him. It's kind of annoying, but again, these low-impact heroes are trying their best versus this Invoker, but Invoker is not to be stopped, not right now at least. Hanamitis is going to be much quicker this game than the last. Top lane, Ohio, a lot of damage out to Raven right now. Stuns him up just a little bit. With this much damage stolen, Raven's going to have to go for a tower dive. Wave support is here. Shaker not looking too hot just by himself. Backup is coming in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Field that was just kind of out there. They know that the Earthshaker's down here, or up here. And Ohio's just going to try to dig his way to freedom. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be like the most anticlimactic first blood ever. And it will be. Just Raven doing Raven things. Meantime, bottom lane looking for Sam H. Looking for He's been doing bruising so far, but now it's netted, but Eternal Envy can't actually phase through the creeps, so he's actually doing no damage. Finally, the phase boots back up against this drunken brawler. You need a lot of lucky rolls there for Sam H to actually survive this. He's literally trapped. Cannot move. Not an inch. Avalanche is going to give him a couple seconds, but not nearly enough. That was not an elegant gank there.
Radiant's
but it is going to be a kill nonetheless, as Tims can do nothing to help out because this Tiny has so far done absolutely zero. And I don't want to shit talk Tims. I really don't. I want to see this Tiny succeed. He'll toss him into the Eternal Envy pile. I die. Raven survival. Nightmare goes off onto the Razor. While I die, the Avalanche stalled up for a second. Now flat for a kill with a crit. They'll get the Bane at the very least. Eternal Envy will slip out. Will be just fine. Level 5 on that Life Stealer. Still having a grand old time on the bottom lane CS-wise. Raven, the real heavy hitter of TNC, and a pretty good counter to Eternal Envy. Whoa, they killed off Cuckoo. But they're still going for Eternal Envy, maybe? No, that was just bad camera work. I think
Dire's structures are fortified.
Cold Snap with the now Ensnare leveled up on the Naga Siren. Only enough to kill off this Quap. Pretty behind in CS, and it is not super easy for a Quap to get back into a game unless she's involved in a lot of fights. And those fights, again, going to be kind of the Razor and the Brewmaster, once they get their ultimates, Brewmaster at least will be the catalyst for the fight. That's still a long ways off. Flop. Damn it. Why can't I control a camera?
Top tower is under attack.
They just go in and slam jam 1437 and get the kill on a Disruptor. My sincerest apologies. I think it's now a reasonable time of the day that I can't pull it's early card. So I'm just going to pull the I'm terrible card, and you guys are going to have to accept that. That's my excuse. I'm just bad. And tree branch. Tree throw. Yeah. Well, Abed's Hanamitis is coming up at a pretty decent clip, getting a couple kills on this mid lane Quap. Certainly not going to hurt. We got DJ wrapping around the top side. Echo Slam here. There's a Sunstrike. Can they get close enough for an Enchant Totem? There's actually no mana for that. There is if he has a Soul Ring and his stick charges, but this is a Brewmaster we're talking here. You won't be able to dodge Enchant Totem hits, but still he's just really bulky. Got him. Now forward for Ohio. So the clap is going to be mostly blocked by the raindrop. Ohio has another hand totem, and with the snare of the Sunstrike, you're just dead, son. 437 is here, but Disruptor can't battle. That's not what Hero does. So Sam H, I guess, kind of underestimating the OP raindrops. Beat himself over to Ohio. Ohio now with the power treads, going 3 points Enchant Totem, 3 points Aftershock. Does so much damage. If he's in melee range with you, he will tear you apart. And again, there's True Hit, True Strike or whatever on the Enchant Totem. They don't miss. So that will land every single time. Another careless play there from the Brewmaster. Kind of understand though for TNC, they're feeling the pressure right now. They know that they're not getting that much done with this Queen of Pain. They've got nothing done with this Tiny. Got him. Tossed. Nice. The Razor, yeah, he's still farmed, but he's the only one who can actually do anything. This Brewmaster still isn't even level 6, and by the time he does get to level 6, I feel like everyone at Fnatic will be just such a higher level. I mean, level 8 on the Shaker already. What is the life still working with? Level 7, working on that armlet, and look, he has 2,000 gold towards it already. Split is powerful, and it should be able to get them some kills. And I don't think this is going to be a game that's truly an exception, but it does seem like a game where Brewmaster's not going to have that huge impact they normally expect. Close land from Ohio is going to land a pretty big hit onto the Brewmaster. Sunstrike, not going to land. Sam H is going to survive, but the backup is here in spades. And Sam H is going to get rooted down. Something's going to kill him. It'll be the Riptide, now the Bane. Adding the Disruptor, Rain Sap, he'll be woken up into a big totem hit from Ohio. Another 2 kills for Fnatic. Abed, Midas being farmed up all the while. TNC are going to try to smoke up. Avalanche, level 3, toss level 1 now for the Tiny. So this can do quite a bit of damage. Abed is coming. They toss the Ranger in with the tree throw as well. But here's the song. Abed is going to survive. They got to run. He is deniable right now because he is Shadow Struck. Also taking points in this, tossing the Destructor forward. Not really sure if that's the best plan. Sonic Wave will clip Abed and get the kill just barely. With Highlight Die to fall as well, DJ will get pulled right back into a Hornet's Nest and will fall as well. Takes absolutely everyone here for TNC, but they aren't able to kill off that Invoker. Can they delay the Midas? No, does get it in the end. Will get quite a few kills.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That is exactly what they need Kuku to do. Get involved in these big team fights, use that burst power. Pretty much exactly what the Nog Siren is designed to prevent, but the Invoker at this point, only brown boots, not durable enough to actually escape after all those shots. UV, Tunnel, Envy, toss is there. He'll teleport out. There's nothing that they can do to
double damage.
Ohio in the meantime, in a really precarious position right now, but so close to that Blink Dagger. Might try to greed out for it, and if he does, he may get dropped here. Raven is in the area with the drums. My god. Why am I so terrible? He will fissure off Sam H and then try to get out the clap to the land zone, but the big crit will fall. Greed goes down. Laying his Blink Dagger, the 1.37, rolling with the Meteor, is going to be flattened on his way out. DJ the ganking Nog Siren, of course. Abed getting his hands dirty.
Top tower is under attack.
Still is going to be a pretty nice pickup, all things considered, for TNC in relation to this top lane situation with the Earthshaker. Still have to answer this Invoker. Only him once isn't quite good enough. Highlight Die does not have a grip here. There's a teleport coming in from the Brewmaster, so Tim's kind of low on mana, though he does have a Soul Ring stick charges. They're not fast enough to actually catch up to any of these heroes, so that's going to be an empty TP. Envy does have that armlet at the ready, really is itching for a fight. More than okay just farming it up. They do have the Blink Dagger coming up on Ohio, even DJ getting a little bit of time to farm up the top lane. What build he's going to be going for, this Nog Siren? Quartz usually go for very kind of supporty aura based build. He already has the mana from the Soul Ring. I don't really think you need to overload it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You just go for pretty basic items in the medallion and stuff like that. Get a Force Staff. If He's feeling really baller. He can just aim straight for the top. Radiance rush.
Radiance
Commencing now. We just blinked into a grip. That is unfortunate, man. Sucks to be you. The rest of the TNC side, they are smoked up to the north. They will glimpse back Abed into a static storm. He's invisible, but they do have the detection. With the damage gain from Raven, they will take down the Invoker on the retreat. There's no one actually to cut them off. Sam H is on top lane. There is a Blink Echo Slam, but no creeps here for Sam H. Ohio's got to play this very patiently. We'll set up for the Enchant Totem, and Sam H will disengage away. DJ is here. They don't know that Ohio's here. Line up with the Enchant Totem. Fissure gets another Enchant Totem. Needs the hit, but he gets blocked. He still gets the hit in, though. Cuts down the trees. Quick response there from Ohio, recognizing what was going on there. That's just 2 Enchant Totem hits straight to the dome with the Fissure and Brewmaster. Could have split. Decided not to. Probably figured he was fine. Is going to get brain staff. He's going to get his wounds opened up. 0 for armor. Feels bad, man. EE with the armlet is going to get tossed up towards the Razor, and actually Tiny will survive. Bravo, Tiny. You survived.
Radiant's top tower is under
will
attack.
also search his way out of there on the creep. Sam H will return right back to the top lane. Unfortunately for him, the Echo Slam with the Enchant Totem and the Sunstrike. Kaboom goes Sam H. He just respawned, he just teleported out, and he is back to the grave. Whew, that is rough to see, man. I honestly was very surprised that Ohio was able to kill off the Brewmaster without using the Echo Slam, but with it, it's much easier. Here comes the sleep. Everyone stop. Ohio needs to leave, and stay with that one down. They will do just that. Tower will be almost put into deny range. Will be deniable
bottom
now.
Tower is under attack.
It's like they don't really care enough to do it. Raven's keeping Tower of his own on the bottom lane. Already fortified. Will be brought down. Raven will get the last hit there. Up on the Invoker.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Is a great conductor.
The Razor is doing a very impressive job keeping up in the farm department. Fnatic, their Bane is incredibly poor. It's standard there for the Bane. Naga Siren has gotten a lot of action, but doesn't feel like she's working with a lot of either. I mean, it's the Tiny of all heroes who has an astounding amount of gold. Has done pretty much nothing in this entire game, though. 103 is still not bad. He is going to have that Blink Dagger
Radiant's
pretty quickly.
top tower is under attack.
And once you get Blink Dagger, it doesn't matter what role you are. You can get the Avalanche off guard. Pretty happy with Bio. He's going to let Trouble. Fissure will hit 2. He's going to try to TP out first. Damage. It's not enough. Shaker's so tanky. He's going to get back to the base and he'll survive.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
And they will finally deny that top tower also. So Ohio is working with a really large kit here. Eternal Envy. Looking at the heels of that Razor in the farm department. Desolator as his next item will make the Tiny's life super unhappy soon enough. But now is really where we get to see what Tim's can do with this hero. He's been rough in it so far, but Blink, Avatos on someone like a Bane or a Naga Siren, you can definitely get some pretty free kills there, or just use that to initiate on someone like a Lifestealer. If you see them coming, then you can obviously rage and the Avalanche Toss will do nothing, but if you don't see them coming, you'll take a large chunk of damage and then you have to kind of retreat. Well, Avalanche Toss is good at killing creeps, I guess. He's going to pick up the Blink Dagger and jump away. Eternal Envy is going to know about this. I will expect that in the near future. Raven still pushing top lane. Fnatic all that much. Abed is still farming in the mid lane. Poker, the Aghanims is, I would assume, just 400 gold away from completion as he looking for that point booster next. Raven is work. Here as well. He has picked up. TNC going to try to throw this lost try to transition this Tiny lineup into a little bit more of a late game scenario. Out, everyone's going to be fine. You know, the TNC late game isn't really that bad. Brewmaster, though he hasn't really been able to get much success yet, is still going to be a really monster of a late game hero. Queen of Pain obviously is pretty good. Razor, if he's able to keep up in farm, is really good. But so far he's been able to do that, so it's not a terrible plan here for the TNC side. That being said, they still have to worry about each. Been able to get reads on... God. Sam H is dead. They got him. A little late to the party. Yeah, why are you guys still watching this stream? Like, this camera work is just terrible. Whoever this caster is really miserable. I was almost going to catch the Razor on the TP out. The big problem is, they've been able to see Naga Siren and check her items for a long time now. and they have seen 0 item progression. Ooh, Ohio finds 1437. There's a big totem with his name on it. Sunstrike as well. And Ohio, he's pretty screwed now. Raven's on his tail, and Cuckoo as well coming in. We'll make it a 1-for-1. Not a great trade for the Earthshaker. But yeah, back to Naga Siren. They don't know what she's getting. And if you see a Naga Siren with no items for the entire game, well, I wonder what she could be getting. It's really a mystery. Radiance completing the next item. EMP on the side. Tim's will be depleted of mana.
Dire's top
He's gonna lay the ice wall down, and Tim's gonna get some pretty big hits from those Storage Spears. Abed try to teleport out of here right now, and Avalanche Toss. No, there's no angle for any of them. Cooldowns there for the Avalanche. Invoker will get out of there.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
So yeah, Fnatic working with a quote-unquote support Naga Siren, but DJ is a carry in his heart. We'll go for that Sacred Relic Radiance build. It's obviously not going to be the fastest Radiance on Naga Siren. It's not going to have that same type of impact. But in a late game scenario where they can clearly see TNC are not willing to push the issue, why not go for a late game? He's going to get caught and obliterated, by the way. That happened. But just getting that overwhelming map presence really gives Fnatic an extra lead in the late game department. Pretty much everyone's going to be getting farm except for the Disruptor. Bane. That just isn't going to happen. EP. Snare. If they had a Bane here, they would be able to get the kill, but, you know, he's dead. Or an Earthshaker. He's got... He's going to go for the totem kill, and he will get it. H is going to face up against that split. And the Razor's here as well, so Ohio again. He's going to drop the Echo Slam. We'll do a little bit of damage to Raven. Mostly gets blocked by the Nightmare, it feels like. DJ is going to sleep everyone else out. The Earth Panda is still kicking. Enough. Ohio will fissure. The static form does not catch onto the Earthshaker. He still will go down to a big crit. Eternal Envy, though, with the Rage on, is going to go in towards Sam H. Worry about that mischance. Now Raven, he's going to get gripped up. The right click from Eternal Envy. Not quite a lot of damage, but still enough with Sunstrike. Oh, actually will be dodged with the Force Staff. Raven's still alive. No way, no way. Raven is on the way out. Abed's going to give chase, and Raven is just going to get but they do escape with Eternal Envy, just barely. Towards top lane, Cuckoo, he's pushing all the while. For Fnatic, that is a 1-for-4 exchange. That's great. Naga Siren doing exactly what she was picked up and designed to do. Cancel out the Brewmaster split as much as they can and get into a better position. Cuckoo's going to put a lot of damage into this top tier 3. Siege creep here. Down to half HP. Not a bad damage trade. Eternal Envy, kill that catapult. It's killing your shit. There you go. Gotta get that value. That grip on the Razor.
What have we...
Really hard to deal with. Does have, yeah, quite a bit of durability on this hero. Desolator on the Life Stealer. Oh, whoa. Tiny's just standing there. There is a Tornado to wake him up. We have a Sunstrike, a Meteor, and the kill. You probably shouldn't be there, Tiny. Easy kill for Abed. Anamitis, Ags, travels all up, going for BKB next. This Invoker is starting to reach critical mass. EE still is not doing a terrible job on his own farm either. Lifestealer isn't really the best farmer in the world. So far, partnered up 0 times with his allies to get Lifestealer bombs off. Really the only hero that you can do that well with
tower
is the Earthshaker.
is under attack.
Not really been willing to do that. I mean, they haven't needed that. The Shaker's been getting kills by himself. You don't need an additional hero, although, oh, jump in. He did jump out from Cuckoo. Not sure if that was reflexes or if he was just going to blink that way anyway, seeing the Lifestealer come in. But at any rate, will be the Queen of Pain to survive a little bit longer in the top lane. Lane, Ohio, Abed. Setting up here. Raven's going to show himself off. He's going to Force Staff out. Ohio's going to give chase. That lane is just awesome. A lot of damage. And it's going to Echo Slam for, you know, about nothing. It's hit with a tree throw. Ohio now on the way out. And there's pause. Not quite enough damage there. Up towards top lane in the meantime. Cuckoo is leading them on a wild goose chase here. Has a blink into the trees, if not for the grip. Sunstrike will, Eternal Envy will investigate a little bit closer, and the Sunstrike will eventually land. Wicked sick on the Invoker. Pain too many games too long on that top lane. Tower now. Bottom lane will be pushed down by Raven. Still, we see this Naga Siren getting to really fearsome carry Naga Siren status. While Abed does click
Dire's bottom tower
is
has
he going to
fallen.
fully commit? Ice Wall just a little bit too far from hitting onto that Disruptor, slowing him down. Going for Handamitis of his own. This definitely is going to be a long game, despite having a Naga Siren in the support role. Still a long game. Cannot escape the Resident Sleeper. So he's going to show himself off. Cold Snap. No Cold Snap. Sunstrike and Tornado. If Tornado lands, 147 is pretty screwed. And did land. Looks like it's screwed.
Give it not a second.
No scope. Creep. He's immediately going to Ghost Walk out of here. There's no gem on this Brewmaster. Now they see the Radiance on the Naga Siren, so Abed is free and clear. Forces out a free split. Not a low cooldown on that one. 100 seconds left until that's back up, so Brewmaster is going to be really sad about that. These Handamitis may just carry TNC through a good portion of this game, but Naga Siren Radiance is like about the equivalent of 2 Midases on the other end. Again, it's all about that Bane and Disruptors farm. I don't know what items they can get, but if either of them is able to scrape together a Handamitis, that will be a huge accomplishment. Abed's looking for a snipe play. Puts back. The Tornado is there. Late. Taking the Bane from the status mode. Still, it'll be an even trade on these poor supports.
Second
Feels bad, man. Able to grab control here. Yes, Ice Wall will line up perfectly. Right click with the Alacrity. Support is coming in. Jump forward with the Fissure. Stunning up the Razor with the Extra Slam will get the kill. Tatum's gonna land an Avalanche toss combo, but he's gonna get torn to shreds by Eternal Envy. Samage does not have his ultimate here, and he'll try to desperately kill off Abed, but he will fall without killing off that Invoker.
Radiant's
Queen of Pain
middle
is coming in from the side. Sonic Wave, though, will do enough damage to the Invoker's regeneration with the cost to himself.
Radiant's middle
So
tower
much
has
for
fallen.
him. They scan out the Quap, and Ohio has found himself a target. Fissure will not be blink dodged. Now here comes the Sunstrike and the Chain Stun. It's a full 5-man wipe for Fnatic.
Radiant's
They barely
middle
took
tower
any
is
damage
under
in that
attack.
entire exchange. Abed is dropping some serious bombs right now.
Radiant's
no
middle
talent.
tower has fallen.
Unfortunately, Abed is just not a talented player. Did you get it? I wish I had a laugh track this fast. I would use it like never, but still. Dude is stacked with health. BKB on the way soon. The Roshan. Still the first one, but with the Desolator and the Envy Hatch should be a pretty easy clear. Of course, with DJ shoving out this bottom lane.
Roshan has fallen
Radiance
to the dark.
Illusions. Pretty
Radiant's
easy.
bottom tower
I mean,
is
Radiance on
under
Naga
attack.
Siren is always going to be great for mostly the illusions, but also just in the middle of these fights, looking at heroes like
Radiant's
Tiny,
bottom
and heroes
tower
like
has
Razor,
fallen.
these really high damage heroes with not that much attack speed, if they miss a single time, thanks to that Radiance mischance, they are so sad.
Yes.
Of course, you're going to have to roll kind of lucky, but you never know what can happen in these fights. Speaking of, you never know what's going to happen, Tim. Oh, farming from the high ground. I guess you could do that since it's essentially old Ags on Tiny. The grab. 3,300 for the Naga Siren. That travels for her? That gonna be Manta style next? You can get to a really cancerous state in the game. You can tell already DJ is picking up the pace. Ooh, we do have an item on the Bane. Not an expensive item, not a huge item, but it's an item. Medallion. On the Disruptor, on the other hand, so close to that Handamitis recipe. Far away. Speaking of far away, Queen of Pain is far away from any sort of help, and Ohio blinks out of there before the avalanche can take effect. Abed gets the kill spree. Eternal Envy coming in. He is raged up, so he's gonna walk right through. The link is onto this play, so there's a lot of damage to me here. It's the Raven. He doesn't really care. Right click down on this Razor. BKB is up though, and the Razor will fall. He's not paying attention. That BKB is gonna try to whip down the Invoker, but now here comes the grip. Will be canceled very quickly by High Dog. Raven still will fall. As Abed is gonna get out of there. He can just find him. Low on mana, low on health, low on support. Is gonna fall afterwards. Beyond Godlike spree like twice over here for the Invoker. Sam H has a Shadow Blade. He will use it to get out of this. Fnatic. They lose absolutely nothing except that Aegis on the life shield. Exactly what it's supposed to do.
Radiant's middle
Buy
tower
that water
is
from
under
the high ground.
attack.
He's gonna buy that.
Radiant
I'm not really sure what he can
structures
actually
are
do here.
fortified.
Maybe blink toss someone into the tier 4s. That's their best bet. Brewmaster is going to clip onto the Tiny. Tornado, Blitz Obby will do very little. Even now the Tims will deplete his mana pool. Envy is going to be caught in the middle of things, but with the open wounds, just turn around on Tim and just demolishes him. That's 0 armor for you right there. The Brewmaster has no split to get this one. Gets a Sunstrike to the head. Double kill for Eternal Envy. And now TNC are kind of just chain feeding in. Now, fortunately for TNC, Fnatic don't have a lot of mana here. So most likely they will be forced to back off and to get some shrine action or get some fountain action or something. But unfortunately for TNC is that they have very little going for them. Cuckoo, he's just dead here. Eternal Envy is pretty persistent, although he's not doing quite enough damage. Doesn't have a bash or anything like that. Has opted for a Force Staff. Interesting. It's an anti-razor tool. Just if you get linked, if you Force Staff out with the right positioning with Sanj and Yasha, you should be able to break the link. And that's really the big concern for EE. It's not how do I do damage, it's how do I prevent giving damage to this razor. You know what? EE gets a lot of shit for going for really weird builds. This is a really nice one. Like, you gotta make sure that the razor is pared down in these fights. The Force Staff will most of the time break the link. That's good enough, man. That's all you need. Smart builds from EE Podcast. Top lane tier 2 still surviving. Cuckoo is on a secret agent mission to cut the creep wave, but there is still a double siege creep wave coming in, so a little bit too late for that, Cuckoo. Yeah, get that farm. Dagger the creeps. Got him. In the meantime, all the other creep waves are answered by DJ. At this point, Naga Siren is going to be that's got
Radiant's top tower
Soul Booster going into Mystic Staff, so Octarine coming up from Naga Siren, but at worst, the Soul Booster is still 425 health. Not just added down. Little Static from his 5 to the life steal. They Force Staff to disrupt her in. Oh, he's gonna get Force Staff out. No big deal. Raven is gonna get lifted up. And he's gonna cut through the tape off. Devastating blast is there, though. Raven will pop the BKB. He does get gripped. Anyone cancel this. There's a nice slam from the Earthshaker onto the Queen of Pain, but they are gonna pop the sleep and not continue this fight because of that split.
Is under attack.
Jump forward, looking into the sleep, still the Earth Ruling. Looking to snipe Pile Die here. Can't brain sap anything here. But once again, get forced out, but it's not good enough. He's gonna brain sap the Fire Panda. He's gonna get left behind. Abed's gonna dodge the Sonic Wave in the Invis and the BKB. DJ's gonna teleport out. Everyone else from Fnatic will make a clean retreat.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Being able to get EE out of that storm, being able to completely nullify the impact, or mostly nullify the impact of that Brewmaster.
Radiant's middle tower
I do think,
fallen.
as you can see DJ spamming those sorries, that perhaps Fnatic could have taken that fight off of that Echo Slam from the Earthshaker. There was definitely a chance that that was going to happen. I do think that, regardless of what was the quote-unquote correct decision, you can't really blame DJ for making that call. Like, that's his entire purpose. Just counter the Brewmaster.
What have we here?
I keep on hearing that noise. Some device in my computer keeps on making that. If it's not my computer, I have no idea what it is. And I have no idea if you guys can hear it. I hope you guys can. It's really annoying. AC being built on the life steal. A little bit of weird EE responsiveness in that Force Staff. Again, I do like that pickup quite a bit here. It's going to go right back into a little bit more of a normal life steal build. Quick sweep of levels. If anyone's listening to level 25 talent, if no one's there yet. Sheepstick on Abed is approaching really quickly. Naga Siren talents looking like they're going to be pretty nice for the illusions. Pretty sure you get that level 20 illusion talent. And Tim's, well, he got a Shadow Blade. He's hunting. Not really sure if he can actually do anything. And speaking of not being able to do anything, this Sam H. Brewmaster is maybe going to be on the receiving end of an aggressive play here, though. Ohio is no longer in this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't look like we're at the point where we get those really broken talents. And Invoker's talents are okay. I really want to see Cataclysm, but I'm
Radiant's bottom
like
tower
that
has fallen.
going rapid fire on the puck. So many cool abilities with talents, but they're just bad. Ohio going into gonna jump in, Echo Slam with Eternal Envy here. They'll blast apart the Brewmaster. And of course, 157, and that's why you get the Force Staff right there to immediately break the static link. Where are you now, EE haters? That's going to be an easy 2 kill plus a 5 after that.
Radiant's
Toss them an
top
Echo
shrine
Slam.
is
At this
under
point, level
attack.
3 Echo Slam, the cooldown is very, very manageable. Oh, and Ohio's gonna go for Ags. Yes. Not up yet, so we're gonna contain our excitement. They will drop a sentry, see Ohio and throw him back into the Razor. Force that out. We'll figure up the Tiny, but with the Razor right on top of him, he needs some help from an ally. Eternal Envy can't really help out. The BKB, oh, the tree toss, he got him! Tim's doing something with the tree throw, finally. It only took him 34 minutes. And now it's Abed who's in a little trouble, although he does see Sam H. Will blink out of there. Meantime, Eternal Envy can fight with Kubo. Combos onto the Brewmaster. He's getting perma-stunned by the Cold Snap, and now Raven, the Eternal Envy, high ground potentially crossing up onto the Bane. Lots of damage to Sonic Wave will take out the support. Kuko's in a little bit of trouble here. Eternal Envy's on his tail on Abed. We can't quite whip up any crowd control quite fast enough. We'll go into the Ghost Walk to get a little bit of speed boost. Kuku, I think, is going to blink right into Abed. Will. Ice Wall, there's a Sheep Stick, and he's stuck there. Abed is going to throw out a Sunstrike. Not even look at that explosion, because cool guys never do that. DJ's not going to arrive. Be like, what the hell's going on, guys? I'm here now. That's 3 kills, including a dieback on the Brewmaster. And Fnatic are bearing down hard on TNC, looking for their first set of racks. It's kind of surprising they haven't taken it already, but this is not going to last long. Alacrity is now Talon's buff, and Eternal Envy is just going to work. Mid lane, done and dusted. That's the bottom lane. Most likely going to suffer a very similar fate. There's a fortification for this one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still
Radiant's
TNC are
bottom
going to be at their
tower is
full strength.
falling.
Tim does not have enough damage here.
Radiant's bottom barracks
There's going to be
has
2 racks in favor of Fnatic. Everyone else will make a clean retreat. No problem whatsoever. Easy game. Easy life. Naga Siren is still that backup hero for Fnatic. Has not, obviously was not in that last fight. That was pretty much all EE. And of course, all Abed on that Joker.
Yes!
She's there if she needs her. She is going to fan out a million illusions in every which way. Even without the Manta style, no additional illusions from that. This lane pressure is going to be already intense thanks to the Super Creep, but even worse thanks to provided by this Naga Siren illusion set. Fnatic have the entire map unlocked. And of course, when that happens, you get Ace and Roche for free. Now, I'm pretty sure EE can clear it by himself or get an Alacrity on him, and it's super easy. Let Abed go for the snipes elsewhere because he has Sunstrike. Well, the EMP will land, but nothing else will. Song of the Siren is going to be used to try to catch this Tiny or get the Invoker out. I mean, it's a level 3 ultimate, so the cooldown is really manageable there. Plus, it's Octarine, so whatever. It's fine. It's going to be up when they need it. Although, this is like the worst possible timing. I don't think it's
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Using Song of the Siren and immediately going to Roche, they don't want to do. They have a double damage even on the life stealer. As you get your rage duration, you go for this, I think 100% of the time. I have not seen anyone get the other side. 2 seconds of magic immunity in addition is insane. That's Aegis for EE. That's a refresher orb on Abed. There's a cheese on someone here. It's on the Shaker. Fnatic are looking for their full negative. Razor. And he's no longer on top of the networks chart. He's not been there for a very long time. Swap, the Tiny, the crew, all having absolutely no change. Unfortunately, Fnatic did not pay dividends here for TNC. Well, bottom lane, still these Naga Siren illusions are making themselves very annoying. And now they'll be even more annoying. Oh my god. Heart of Tarask on Naga Siren, 4,000 HP on these illusions as well. Obviously they do take additional damage, but still. I mean, let's say they take regular damage, then they're at like 1,000 HP. There's still 1,000 HP illusions with Radiance wandering around. Glimpse does kill illusions instantly, which is kind of nice, but you don't really want to be doing that as a disruptor. With the Invoker kind of parked on this bottom lane, any one hero that tries to defend is going to be in for a lot of trouble. Warrior Spirits will spot Tim's. There is Sentry here, so Ghost Walk is not going to be incredible for the Invoker in this particular area. He has 2 sheep sticks.
Radiant's
low
top
cooldown
barracks
tornadoes.
are
He
under
can do
attack.
some pretty magical things, I'll bet. Meantime, it's Naga Siren's time to shine. He is full cancer mode. Somebody get this TNC side from Kubo. Naga Siren has hit her stride and then some. Pretty sure she's easily going to overtake Eternal Envy, who is just trying to manage his inventory slots to get himself a Lincoln Spear. Is not really an amazing item in this game, but honestly, he doesn't really need it. Echo Slam once again. He's going to go invis. The Sunstrike doesn't care if you're invis. Boom goes the rock, man. They also do see these observers and sentries. They'll clear them out with the Shaker's Gem. I need down for 70 seconds. Getting kills in this bottom lane, really want to go towards top lane. That's where the real benefits lie. We'll just de-ward the entirety of the Radiant base. Pyo's kind of low on mana. He does have his keys. Really don't want to use that as a mana potion. It's almost here. Flying Dunker. Envy with the Rage, Extra Duration, plus the Alacrity. Easy racks. What racks? There's no racks there. They'll put everyone else to sleep. Gotta make sure that Eternal Envy can hit the racks. Just out of range, DJ is going to jump out there. Eternal Envy has with a Rage Tune plus an Aegis is going to actually just immediately invest out. He's a little bit vulnerable here, but with the Aegis and all the backup, he's still not vulnerable enough. He's actually teleported all the way back to the base. Curious who went that far.